probably not going to start 6. It's 8 up there. I don't know what's probably doing. RPM is 8 up there. Still the whole hours is probably the supermarket. So what was RPM they talking about? It's probably about 4,000 RPM. What do you know? From that left side with it drift towards the center. Nice pass.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. I'm Jason Schultz, president of the I'm Jason Schultz. Greg Elsing is the president of the Badger State Tractor Pullers. John Stranley is one of the illustrious, beautiful voices of the Badger State Tractor Pullers. So tonight we're going to kind of start off the show, and we're going to recap Edgerton. I'm going to queue up the winter video that Ryan Zolik has put together. It's a beautiful video. If you don't follow Badger State Tractor Pullers on YouTube yet, please go out and just type in Badger State Tractor Pullers into YouTube and hit the follow button. So it's that easy, and check that out. And I'm going to play the winter video. I'll pause each one. John and Greg, you talk about the past, talk about the class a little bit. And Elsing just said, screw you guys. You can do the show all by yourself. He just left me. So, I mean, that happens a lot. I'm kind of a loner. John, people just get on the show and then they just leave. So how are you, buddy?
I'm doing okay. Now my TV just left me.
There we go. Okay, well, good. We're having technical issues here. It's all good. It's all good. So, Greg, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you now. I had to redo it.
That's okay. Well, again, welcome everybody to Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. We do this every Monday night at 7 o'clock, and during the summer, it's going to be a recap of previous weekend's events, and then we're going to then obviously celebrate some winners, talk about the people that are doing well, and then we're going to obviously then move on to this coming week's events, which are we got Jefferson on Wednesday night for the Badger State Tractor Pullers, and then Friday night is Baraboo, which is the Sauk County Fair, and then we have Darlington, the defending pull of the year with the Badger State Tractor Pullers in Darlington Saturday. So a big week for Badger State Tractor Pullers. It really gets going in July now here after the 4th of July, and everybody kind of always refers to it as Hell Week. Hell Weeks are coming up here. It's fair season. And Wisconsin, obviously everywhere across the Midwest. So if you're a pulling fan, you're lucky because there's almost a pull you can go to every single day now and enjoy that. So I want to know, before we talk about Edgerton, and not to John and Greg, because I know they were there, if you're a pulling fan or a puller, did you go to Edgerton? What did you think of it? Did you have a good time? I did. I do know that their attendance was up about 1,000 people over last year, Greg, is what I've been told kind of through the grapevine. So
Yep.
I think that event, with the proximity to that Janesville Beloit area and Madison, has a lot of potential, Greg, to become a 2-day event, and they have the grounds, they have the track. I mean, it's coming. I really feel like that could be one of those special, if you will, extra special Badger State events, and maybe a 2-day hook in the future. How about that?
That's the plan, and they have the facility for it, and they've got the help, and them guys, they're good. They're very organized there. It helps a lot.
Yep, sure does. So.
Yep. And
I'm going to kick off the winners video. Again, you can find this on YouTube. Go to Badger State Tractor Pullers. You can find this on YouTube. We're going to kick off with the Super Farm class. It looks like I saw a post, I think somewhere on Facebook, that the Super Farm class, like the top 3 were all within a couple inches of each other. Is that right, John?
Not even. They're all within
Not even
tenths
that?
of each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It was crazy.
the winner of go ahead, John.
Trip Downing won it. Don Slama was second, and Chuck Ginterberg was third. And it was all tight.
That's awesome. So I'm going to play Tripp's pass, and now I'm going to let you guys we can kind of hash it out a little bit, or talk about his pass, and then we're going to go through each class one by one and talk about it and enjoy it. If you were there, again, if you were there, or if you're a fan of this particular puller, type it in the comments. Let's have some fun. So.
Yep.
If I walked down there, I couldn't pick the winner if I wanted to. Trip Downing, home girl. Trip's gonna mix it up a bit with the boys. It is some track work. I think it's just going to get better and better as we go. And kudos to the track crew who's helping out. I don't think we've got a whole lot of rain.
So
Yeah,
looks like there's some moisture in the track, so that looks good. So.
Yep. They had
301.59 and 301.56 or something was the measurement, something like that.
Yep. Well, you said there's 3 guys in the top within 3 inches of each other in the Super Farm class, correct?
I think that's what I saw online. I haven't had a chance to look it all up yet. So.
It was hard to hear.
Top 3.
Yep. Trip made a nice pass there. Track was good. I don't know how early of a hook he was. I think that maybe helped some, but who knows? That's the luck of the draw. But Don came later and was right in there too, I know. So it was good.
Trip and
John, your internet sucks tonight. What's going on?
I think I need to do something different. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Normally, it's not it's cutting in and out. I'm gonna get you that Elon Musk Starlink at internet. It's awesome, John. So
Is it?
it is. We use it. We take it with us. We take it with us on the road. It's freaking amazing. So
There's a company that just come through here and has the internet now right out here in the right of way, and it's apparently fiber optics. I don't know.
if you can get fiber, get fiber. It'll change your life forever. So.
That would have Richland Center.
No,
More money.
I don't have it. So in Richland County, if you live in the country, you have faster internet than we do in town because of all the state funds and grants, guys. They're trying to get fiber out to the rural networks to get people to move out to the rural areas. So
Yeah. But it's a nice pass for Trip. He's been doing pretty good this year too. I don't think pretty well every time, hasn't he, John?
Yeah, he's been running strong. Tractor's running really good, and he's getting it figured out, and more experience. You know, he's doing a good job driving.
Right.
I'm pulling up the results right now. Give me 1 second, guys, so I can tell you. I know it was super tight. Okay, so Trip was 301.61, Slama was 301.59, and Chuck Gutenberg was 301.23. So 4 inches in the top 3 spots.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good job by the sled operator too. When he can do that.
That's good
Right.
stuff.
And
Yeah, close. Yeah.
Yep.
So okay, Kyle Robb says, watching from Fort Atkinson with the Addicted Pulling Team, the Tobacco Town Showdown was an awesome pull to watch. Very well run, lots of food selection. awesome announcer and cold beer. Awesome announcer. Wow. Wow, Stranley.
He must have been drunk.
Hey, well, he said the beer was cold. He said the beer was cold.
Yep.
There you go.
Troy Ritzoff, I'm pretty sure he drives 360 diesel truck, the one they got from Hazley.
Yep.
You know, they're calling it Kurt, aren't they?
Kurt, yeah. So never met Troy, but it was good to see you. He did a fine job driving, so he's had to driven many times before. So
I watched him pull at an ISP pull, John, before the season started. I went down there like in the middle of May, or before the Badger State season started. I watched a lot of the 3.6 trucks from Badger State were down there, and I got to watch Troy drive. I'm pretty sure, or unless maybe the dad drove that night. I don't remember, but I think I saw Troy down there. So Troy says packed house, had a great time, and added money was nice for the fuel tank. Laugh out loud. Thanks to Threshery for putting on the pole and having us close to the border again. And that's one thing that they did down in Edgerton. They added $1,500 to each class: $500 for first, $400 for second, $300 for third, $200 for fourth, and $100 for fifth. And if you don't think that goes a long ways for pullers, you're wrong, because that really does. And they remember that stuff. And it's pretty neat. So.
Yep. What much
very nice. And a case of beer
for the winner. 30 pack. 30 rack.
Yeah.
Did Avery drink all of his beer, Greg?
It came just in the nick of time. They were pulling the last beer out of the cooler when that one got dumped in.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm going to move over to, I'm just going to continue to play the winner video again. Again, if you have not subscribed to Badger State Tractor Pullers on YouTube, go to YouTube, type in Badger State Tractor Pullers. Ryan Zolik is now putting videos up on YouTube. So it's official. Badger State has a YouTube channel that's getting updated. So here we go. Here's what's up next.
Area as well, and to make a track like this for a warm, sunny day here in southern Wisconsin, with being so dry.
So I'll wait for the distance to pop up on the screen before I hit pause.
That's the second win for him this year. First one to show here as well. Ben's boys are tough.
Yep, they are. They got 2 shots at it. That tractor's a nice looking tractor too. If you get up to it, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's the newest one they built. That is a sharp looking tractor. Yeah, both tractors are good looking and they both run hard.
Yep.
So Steve Zenz won at 3:12.48, and his brother David got second at 3:12.44. You can't even make that up. That's
Well, wait till we get to the limited pro results, and you'll see there's something there that hadn't happened in a long, long time.
Well, Avery Elsing won, right?
Yeah, Jamie said he loaded the cooler for the boys.
Yep. Jamie, shout out to you and your team down there. Everybody's had a great time in Edgerton this weekend, so that's awesome.
It was fun. A lot of people in the crowd. Background. That's just one side of the track.
Stacy Butson found how to work the internet and type. I'm so proud of him.
Yep.
He's way to go, Stacy Butson.
Right.
Woo. The light limited super stock is the most colorful class with the Badger State Tractor Pullers, and the best thing they ever did was allow the Alkies to jump in. I don't remember what year, Greg, they did that, but it's been the best thing that's ever happened to that class.
Right, 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
Yep. And it's never been dominated by Alki or by diesel. It's been a good mix. It's been a good mix. So.
Yep.
There was 9. We had 9. Well, we had 9 super farms in the first class. Then we had 9 light limited super stocks. Josh Wachholtz with the diesel was 5 feet back at 307. Aaron Kleckler at 300. Ronkel at 300. Mickelson 298 with an Alki. Werda 298. John Anderson with an Alki at 293. And Mark Wittenbach was 293. So, I mean, that's mixing it up nice.
Yep.
That's mixing it up nice.
Yep. Mark is usually one of the top tractors in that class, but I think he had a gear problem with his tractor because he couldn't run the gear he wanted.
Okay. So, okay, we'll hit the play button. Chris Feller's trying to come on, Greg, but he's struggling with the internet. Just a heads up on that.
No problem. We'll get him on. Oh.
Yeah, I ain't worried.
Had a good sound system down there this year too. Tower sound.
Yep.
Goes under clutch. He took off from that left side, but it drift towards the center.
Pick the flagman back up. That's a good pass.
So Avery Elstein was the winner of your 401 class at 321.645. So what year did you win 401 limited pro points, Greg, with the Thunder Clutch?
13, 10 years ago. Yep.
Nice.
I think that first,
So you know,
he won the first win since the first time he won. The first time he drove it, he won, and I think that's the only other time he won, right, Mason? Yep. So it's been a while. I think he was 6.
That tractor won was in 2014.
2014 is the last time that tractor won a pole.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, they had it balanced just right, picked the right spot in the track, the right gear, and everything.
What tires did the boys put on that? Those look good.
They're whole shots.
Okay. That's I ran last year. I like those. So
Yep, they used to be Rob Russell's. Bought it from Rob.
good set of tires to get a hold of.
Yep. He said he never placed lower than third with them.
Okay. Well, Avery and Mason got to keep it up then. So
Right? Yep.
your limited pros went like this, guys. Again, I'm just reading this right off of bstponline.com. You can also do the same thing. Avery Olsen Thunder Clutch 321.645. Brent Lunderud Mother's Nightmare 320.5. Wow, it was tight. Tom Gallitz running in the red 320. So the top three all within 18 inches of each other. John Meyer Jr. was 4th at 316. Coots was 5th at 315. Burkhart was 6th at 315. Dutton was 7th at 315. Ray Herring was 8th at 314. Kathy Gallitz 9th at 313. Adam Stevens 10th at 311. Gerlach 11th at 304. Geitzel 12th at 300. And Jared Fredericks 297. So basically your top 10 was within 10 feet of each other. And that's freaking awesome.
If you look at Burkhart and Dutton's distance,
They tied.
they tied.
Yep.
That's what I mean. You don't have that when you go down that many digits very often.
That's amazing.
Yep.
John, that had to have been fun to announce these tight distances like this.
Had to
it
be.
was good. Good pull.
It was hard to sit there and watch all day. You know, Avery was the first puller.
Oh,
Everybody just come shooting down there. That was tough.
yeah, it would be 13 of them. Wow. Yep. Well, congrats to the Elstein family. I hope they celebrated properly in Elstein style, Greg, that night. Did they? Did Avery get after it, or?
I think they started right away.
Okay, right away. I like it.
Yeah.
John, any more thoughts on the 401 class in Edgerton Saturday?
Yeah, Emily got the prize money. It was pretty fun to see the Elsing boys coming running right over like now.
We got bills to pay. Our crops, our crops are burning up, and we need that $500. So.
Yep.
Yeah, she hit them out one at a time. It was great.
Yeah, Emily's in charge.
Yeah,
That's right.
Mason was burning her pretty good. It was pretty good though. It was fun to watch that part too.
I bet. Well, awesome. So we'll go on to our next class. If it's going in order of the results, this will be Hot Farm will be up next. Again, the Badger State YouTube page, guys. Check it out.
These big first tournament registration is due. After that. Nice pass for Dominic Hopopper. He moved over towards the center of the track.
I think that might have been his first win with Badger State.
Yeah, it was. I saw that on Facebook today, John. He that had like been a 3,000 RPM tractor in the past and kind of like a altered farm tractor, and they've been just bringing it up slowly. I'm not sure how long it's been a full hot farm, but I know they pull some East Central Iowa with it. I think that tractor is called Mama's Money, if I remember correctly, or it was. But very, very happy for that family to do that. And 16. When you win a Badger State Hot Farm class, you're good. You're good because I don't know if you can go anywhere in the country and not do anything wrong and get last in a class other than Badger State Hot Farm. It is so competitive. Probably one of the most competitive classes in Badger State. I mean, just week after week, if you look at the results. I'll run through results, and then John, you can kind of from the announcement stand.
You want to check? Feller says he just texted me and says he's on, and I don't know.
He is. He just needs to talk. He needs to turn his camera on.
Turn your camera on, Chris.
He needs to unmute himself and turn his camera on. So
should I text him that?
If he can't hear us, you probably should, but I can't do it because he needs to do it himself. So
I'll go back to text him.
Sometimes those guys are so smart that they can't handle simple technology. Like Feller can design a complete engine block for a V8, but he can't get on. If Stranley and I can get on, Feller, you can get on. So top 5 in Hot Farm, Dominic Holgroffer, and Feller's my friend. Everybody relax. We pick on each other all the time. Dominic Holgroffer was first at 321.22. Mike Paulson in the Diamond Deer was second at 320. David Baker, 317 and third. Lane Meyer was fourth at 316. Warren Loofborough still fueling around was fifth at 314. And just stacking 16 in the class. Top 10 were all within 10 feet of each other as well. Top 12 were all within 10 feet of each other. And 10 feet sounds like a lot when you talk about it, but in pulling, 10 feet's not a lot. It's the length of a pulling tractor. It's amazing how tight it was. So.
Yep.
See, this is a good comment. I like this. I love it when the pullers interact and the fans. You definitely had to pick the correct line all day on the track. No road building that day. And what he means by road building, a lot of times John's announced events where they won't move the sled all night long. They'll just boom, 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 boom. But you have to go check it out. So what's your thoughts on the Hot Farm class, Strandman?
That's a good class. They moved the sled all the way across the track in the starting line. They're on the left side, right side, center. There, I don't think there was a spot not uncovered in the Hot Farm class with the sled. They moved it around all over the place. And it was that time of day where there was still a lot of sunlight out on the track. When the shade started coming in, then it started changing somewhat. And then by the time we got to the pro stock class, the whole track was shaded. So I think Greg started out on the left, and the last 2 pro stocks went on the right, all the way to the right.
Yep.
Again, the one thing I love about this video is the full grandstands, the full stands in the background. That makes me super happy. So good job, Jamie and the team down there. So.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna hit play. This should be the 360 diesel trucks next.
Fireman's Festival on that Saturday, the 15th, 5 o'clock. Truck show starts. Check it out, Marshall Fireman's Festival, July 14th. Here we go. Finger blood die. Watch the smoke, folks. You'll hear it all of them wind up when it gets to the governor. Move right out. Get close. Right there.
So Josh Stahl was your winner of your 360 diesel trucks in Edgerton, Wisconsin at 333.75. Ryan Funk, I think last year's points champion, was second at 331. Troy Richoff with driving Kurt was third at 325.477. Jake Thompson was fourth with Off the Rails at 325.473. Man, this was tight. Travis Van Huysen was fifth with Migraine at 325. Top 10 trucks all within 15 feet of each other. And your top 8 all within, just what a show the diesel trucks put on there. It's awesome. Awesome. So, and John, what's your thoughts on the 360 class, buddy?
That was a tricky class. Some guys, it was a driver's track for them guys big time, and you had to have patience with it. Most of them were waiting about 100, 125 feet before they finally rolled into the throttle. They rolled them out that far, and it was fun to watch. You know how they're all you know, trying to get the best bite they could without getting them to bounce around.
Right. If they were too soon, they did some bouncing.
Yep. You got after too soon, unloaded the tires somewhat, and Josh Stahl did a nice job. I mean, it's probably one of the nicest jobs driving that day as he's done in a while.
Awesome. So congratulations to the Stahl family and all their support, man. They've been supporting this class for years with Badger State, and I know they have their fingers in a lot of trucks in this class as well. So,
Yep.
Josh and Dave. The last class of the day is always the crowd favorite, the Pro Stocks. Jason Ron was your winner, 8 in the class, and he'll be up next here.
I don't know if you got in the video. He had 2 shots at it. The first shot, he tried coming out and come out too soon, and it loaded up with water. So then he pulled it back. When he come out the second time, he definitely cleaned the water out.
Yeah, he had her cleaned out.
Yep. Yeah, he
There's
had it cleaned out.
There's Mason Elsing already into the beer. We have proof. We have video proof of him drinking his winning beer already. But the Elsing family, that boy Mason.
Zale's computer.
Yes.
And they can't.
I can hear Feller talking.
Oh, we can't figure out
Feller.
mic to turn on or the video to turn on.
You have the settings, like what application are you using for it?
I just muted him.
Let's see if this thing will clean out the run. Jason Round, Industrial Force.
So Jason Round, Industrial Force 315.02, which you can see on the screen there. Travis Wildman, Die Hard Deer 314.37. So he was about 8 inches back. Do Wildmans live the closest to this pole, like for a hometown pole, or is it Trip Downing, John?
Wildman's.
Wildmans? Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Feller's there. Holy crap, we got him. Chris Feller's alive. Greg Elstein was 3rd with T8 Tomcat at 301. Jared Brinkmeyer was 4th at 300. Foolish Pleasure, Red Cadillac 296, Ladwig 295, Randy Baraboo 291, and the bootlegger did not have a measurable distance according to the website.
Yep.
So.
Couldn't get the starter going there on that one, but in that video, I don't know if you noticed, Jason, but when he come out, he clicked the throttle. You heard the turbo chirp, and he got back into it again, and it come right back with it and hooked in. It was just, he did it so fast, and when it chirped, I thought, uh-oh, and then it lit again. I just couldn't believe that he made that stick after it.
I don't think anybody watching will be offended if we watch a Pro Stock video again, so I'm just going to hit the play button again.
Yep.
Let's see if this thing will clean out the run. Jason Round, Industrial Force.
Right there. You can watch the smoke kind of go away, John, for just a second.
Yep. I was just impressed how that thing
Clean out
comes
the run.
right.
Jason Round, Industrial Force.
Awesome pass. Well, people don't realize that guy is a hell of a race car driver as well. So he's done very, very well. So he, like Greg always says, farmers and truck drivers can feel it in the seats. He's been in race cars too. And that, I mean, for you to back out with Pro Stock like that fast and come back, and that big wheel to keep it spinning, that was a good job driving. So good job driving. So,
Yep.
So Edgerton was a success. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
He was on the brake too. He was really close to that chalk line on that side. You can't see from this view, but Lilburn had run across the other side there because it was that close. He was on the brake, probably last good part of the pole for sure.
Wow.
He got into some virgin ground on the right side there, and that helped a lot.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was uncharted waters over there.
Yeah.
You know, that polling, I think Jamie said when we've interviewed him, and again, Jamie Stevenson is the promoter that I talk to. He leads this down here in Edgerton. Big thank you to all who came out. That's pretty much a virgin polling track. I mean, in 3 or 4 years, right? And if you can hook pros like that and they're getting after it right away, that's pretty impressive, Greg.
Yep. It was a good track.
So Feller's back. Where did you say those videos are that you sent me for Chris?
Can you guys hear me or not?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay. Sorry it took so long. My IT department has our computers locked down, so you can hardly do anything. We're
Well,
dealing.
they don't want the Chinese stealing your secrets, Feller. I get it. I respect that.
Yeah, we get hit probably between 100 and 150 times a day trying to get into our system, mainly from Russia is where most of it comes from, believe it or not. Ukraine, Russia, Poland, hacking us, trying to hack us. We've been hacked a few times.
Yeah.
So they don't let us do anything. I can't even
do.
watch any good videos.
They have nothing better to do. You have to go in incognito mode, Chris. I'll show you how to do that, buddy.
The most hacking that goes on in the country is from Marlboro cigarettes. So
Want me to look and see where I sent them to? It was Beer Money Pulling Team.
Like on Facebook or like on my email or
email?
Email. Okay.
Yep.
We did awesome at Edgerton with the wild buck.
Yeah, we talked about that. But unfortunately, it was towards the bottom, Chris. But sometimes that happens to you, John Deere guys.
You know what we found? We got the tractor together Friday night at 8 p.m. after we broke our top shaft off at Toma, floated all the valves, fixed everything, and we didn't put the turbo boost sensor in. So we had like a 3-inch hole in our boost system. We just found that tonight because we didn't have a boost reading on our computer.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, that's yep, that sucks.
Who is in charge of that?
I'm not going to comment.
All right, so let me play this quick video, and then Chris, you and Greg can start talking about what we're seeing here. But let's play the video first, and then that'll make sense. And then I'll upload the
Which one are you playing first? You can play the forging one?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
You can just
show.
tell us what's going on with this, Chris. And I think Bill Smith is going to be trying to come in here too, Jason, if you want to watch for him.
Yep, I'm doing my job, Elsie. Just let me do my job.
All right.
So you can see how big that chunk of steel is. They start out with about a 15,000 pound piece of ingot, and then they just start hammering on it. So we're making billet forged V8 blocks. We can't. Coons just blew his up over the weekend, cracked in a whole bunch of places, and that's the problem with the V8s is, we have a lot of different stresses in our blocks compared to the 6s. It wants to split it apart every time, so we got to go down the forged steel road just like everyone else is. So what we do, is it's a 4330 vanadium steel, and then it's forged into an ingot shape, and then it you have that picture of when we flame cut it?
I'm seeing what Greg sent me right now, so give me 1 second here.
Tell them what you're talking about, taking a stock block, Chris, and then actually just blowing it up to see where it breaks first, so you have to beef it up, right? Yeah,
exactly. So we in computer program, we have the block in there, and we do a finite analysis on the block to figure out where the stresses are in the block, and then we try to fix that as we design the steel blocks to make them hold together. Bottom line, the V8s, the bottom ends are weak. You got forces coming in two different directions instead of straight up and down, and wants to split the block apart. So when we, did the design of these blocks, they look just like a stock block, except, they're beefed up in a lot of areas where they need to be beefed up. So the 4330 vanadium is a vanadium modified material. What the vanadium does, it's the same thing that the crankshafts are made out of. It allows you to keep a lower hardness of the material, because you don't want it super hard because it won't be brittle. You want it to be, have ductility in the middle of the block and the outside harder for durability. But you want to be at least, 38 to 40 points of Rockwell C hardness. And the vanadium allows you to get, it's a lot more expensive, but it allows you to get that hardness through the block farther, and the grain structure is easier to achieve a better grain structure, so it doesn't want to split apart. So that first picture was, well, this picture here is the blocks are machined and they're going to heat treat. They're at heat treat right now. So I'll get some videos of heat treat and the videos of the finishing operations. So that's where they're raw. There's cat blocks and Perkins blocks there. The Perkins blocks weigh 3,600 pounds as a billet forged piece. And then after we get done the rough machining, we remove 2,000 pounds of material. They're just a hair under 1,600 pounds when we get done roughing the material out before they go to heat treat. We leave about 3/8 of an inch of stock on everything, because you have a decarb layer you got to remove, plus also get a lot of deforming of the material when it's heat treated. So leaving that extra stock on there, then after we machine it, there's not a lot of stress in the material after the finished machining. So if you guys want to play the video.
Jason just jumped out quick, but for the folks watching, we got Chris Miller from Sussex Machine Company in Waterloo, Wisconsin, and you have companies where else, Chris?
Waterloo, Wisconsin, New Berlin, Wisconsin, Bloomington, Minnesota. That's my aerospace division. Rockford, Illinois, Suzhou, China, San Luis Potosi, Mexico, and Torreon, Mexico. So there's eight plants altogether. We do work for ag, on-highway truck, aerospace, military, mining and defense, recreational vehicles, a little bit of everything.
Chris, the only video I have, bud, is that forging one. Do you want me to play that one again?
No, you have the machining one, right?
I don't. Greg forwarded them to me. I'm going through my emails right now.
It's a link to. It's just a link.
Okay, I think it's in your Microsoft SharePoint. I'm trying to get in there right now.
I'll resend it, Jason.
Hold on. Perkins block reffing. I got it.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 43 seconds long, feller. Does that sound about right, buddy?
Yeah, it's just a cut down. So it takes 50 hours to do the rough machining operation. If we started the machine and didn't stop it, it'd take 50 hours. So what we're going to see is that 50 hours condensed into about 5 minutes.
Awesome. So here we go.
So right there, the ends are already machined and stood up. So we've already, at that point, we've already put the cam bore in, and we put the main crank bore in. It's just roughed in. You can see it on the top there, and then we stand it up on end, and then we machine the periphery all the way around. There's several different rotations to do the machining.
Hey, Chris, stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to restart the video, Chris. My dog. I'm going to kill him. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to restart the video, Chris, and I'm going to turn off the volume, okay, so you can talk, okay?
Okay.
Because with the volume playing in the video, nobody can hear you, and I want you to explain this to people because our numbers have been going up since we started talking about this. So, not that Greg and John are boring, but this is pretty cool. So, because you are boring, Nelson, just saying.
You make me
Thank you for
boring.
okay. So everybody can hear us talking. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna go murder my dog, and then you guys keep talking. Okay. So
Not nice. I hope that son of a buck bites you in the middle of the night.
So if you didn't hear before, the both ends of the block have been machined, and the cam bore roughed in, and the crank bore roughed in, and then we stand it up on the end, and then we spin it around the periphery and do all the rest of the machining. Like I said before, this I mean, we have to change inserts, stop and change inserts, but if the machine was left to run steady, it would take 50 hours of machining to remove 2,000 pounds of material. So right now we just got a face mill on there. We're just, ripping material off and getting it down to the rough size. We have to take a dumpster of chips away from the machine about every 30 minutes when we're doing these things.
So does it change the angles? You have to flip the block around into yourself once in a while, Chris?
No, it's all programmed. See it spinning right there?
Yep. Okay. It's
Yeah.
not,
So
I mean, if you have to side or something, or does it do it itself, or
what was that, Greg?
if you have to lay it down on its side or something, does it do it? Like if you're going to go in from the end, you have to change it for that. And
Yeah. So there was another operation before this one we didn't video that actually we machined both ends of the block, and we put in the roughed in the cam bore and roughed in the main bore, and then we stood it up on end off of the machine surface and a couple locating holes, and then stood up on end to do the periphery machining. So it's two operations, on laying down on the side and then standing it up to do this operation.
Okay, so you basically off the line bore then for the crank.
Yeah. So this will get machined, and it'll leave about 3/8 of an inch of material on the whole thing, and then it goes out for heat treat. It gets stress relieved, not normalized, but stress relieved. So it's brought up to austenitic temperature, stress relieved, and then it's drawn down into the hardness we want. And then it's a salt bath, quench, and then temper. So we actually have a piece of material get sent along with it, because we know the biggest cross section in the block is about 4.5 inches. So we cut a cube down to 4.5 inches, and we send it in with the material. That way we know the thickest part of the block, what the core hardness of the thickest part of the block is, by that test piece being in there. Then we have another test piece that we want in there for the wall thickness on the bottom side of the girdle, so we know how hard that is there. But yeah, so then when it comes back, we'll videotape some of that. That's when we do the finishing operations. So right here, we're roughing in the bores, cylinder bores. Yeah, so when we get it back, we'll machine it to the finished size, everything. And then the last thing that we do is we put in the main caps, torque them down, and then we machine the real critical areas. After those are torqued down, we'll put the cam bore in, and then bore the main caps for the bearings. So this top side is pockets for the oiling system. So you can see right now that the web is completely in there. That gets cut out after the heat treat operation, and then we machine that very, very, very precise for the proper fit of the main caps. And we're talking a couple tenths of fit for the main caps.
Jason, can you hear us?
You there?
Yep. I can hear you guys.
Okay, they got it. We're going through a video here with
They're in
right now, guys. Are we done with the video there, Chris?
Yep.
Is that it? So So are you going to have videos of the next stages of doing all this? We kind of want to do an update whenever you get something like that, because I think people are really interested to see how that stuff is all made.
Yeah.
Out for you, are the Russians going to hack you and steal your secrets?
No. So we'll have a video from heat treat, so you can see what that looks like, and then when we come back and we do the finishing operations, we'll have some of those videos too. But sometime you got to come and do a shop tour. There's a lot of cool things there that.
Oh no, we're gonna do a shop tour, feller. We're bringing the
Yeah.
cameras. We're gonna bring the real cameras, not Greg Elsing's camera. And I love you, Elsing, but we're gonna bring the team.
Yeah, but it was going to be hard because I want everybody to see every step if we can do it.
No, I know. I agree. This is cool. This is cool.
Yep. But we will come down, Chris, to his shop. I've been to a couple of his shops, and they're pretty dang cool.
I want to go to the one in China. So
yeah, we'll go to China with you.
okay,
We need some more sponsorship, Schultz. We have to figure that out.
we'll do it. We'll do it. I'm gonna talk to Feller Enterprises and see if he has. I think he can get me over there. I'm not too worried about it.
Probably got a private jet.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be hard getting you back out. That's the problem.
Oh well, we don't want to do that. So we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep Jason Schultz. Can you believe it?
They're gonna trade me. Hey, Chris.
Any more questions on the block machining at all?
No,
Like
I want
said,
to do a full show on this some night, Greg, when we don't have a lot of polls to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
Yep. But I thought it would need to get everybody a taste of what's going on there.
yeah.
Yeah, there's the
I
whole
mean,
engineering. The
all
whole
these
engineering.
comments.
Yeah, the whole engineering step is pretty interesting too, because we can show you how we do the finite analysis on it, and fit, form, and function with all the pistons moving around and everything in there.
Yeah.
And then didn't you make a 3D replica of the block to fit in your tractor while you were working on it or something, Chris?
Just the side cross sections that hang over the frame rails because of V8. Because while the engine is out in the dyno cart, then they can do the sheet metal. It's like the engine's in there.
Okay.
That way you don't have to have the engine in there to wait for the engine to be back in there to do the sheet metal.
Yep. All right. Well, sure seen a lot of good comments about that machine videos. That was really cool.
Yeah, we need to do this. We need to do this when we give Chris more time, but I want to make sure we get the Darlington team on as well tonight. So,
yep.
Feller, this is awesome, buddy. And I'm going to give you my email, and you can just send the videos right to me for the shows. That way we don't have to get Greg in the middle of it, and I can have them ready to go. So,
well,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of the pullers don't get to see how their parts are made. So, I mean,
that's awesome.
Yeah, cams, crankshafts, injectors, all that stuff are all things that I make and I'm able to make. Crankshafts, grinding. I can't grind crankshafts, but I can rough them in. There's a lot of cool things that pullers like to see how it's made, because what they don't understand is those parts cost a lot. Well, they cost a lot because there's just so much labor in them, and like that machine that's being machined in, we booked that out at like almost $200 an hour. So we got 50 hours of machining in on those blocks already. So people don't understand why parts cost so much, and that's why it's there's a lot of labor that goes into them, and that machine that block is being milled in is I think it's on that machine it was like just a little over $1 million. We got I have, I think, 500 CNC machines in my company. That's not all the manual stuff, but that, it's just, we'll do some more, show people how stuff are made. Injectors are really cool also.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, Chris. Everything you're doing here. And I think we should probably move on to Bill and Lee here.
Yep.
A little bit, and hopefully have you on soon with some more videos.
Yeah, Bill's. I'm not putting down anyone else's pull, but I sure the hell like going to Darlington. That's a lot of fun.
Yep.
I usually can't remember how I did the next day. I got to look on the internet.
Yeah, they're well known. They're well known for that. And then you should also check the police reports too, Chris, on Monday, just to see how.
Yeah, that's a problem sometimes.
Yep.
Had many pullers in Darlington jail yet.
Well, I mean, Feller, listen, Feller's a puller. Feller, let's switch from blocks to blockheads. Speaking of, well, Lira, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you, Jason?
Good. Hey, I always give you guys a lot of crap, but you're my friends. You know that. So Darlington, man, Badger State Pull of the Year coming up this Saturday. Wednesday night's your big farm show. You guys are coming on Let's Grow Pulling too later, right, Bill?
Yeah, that's what we were told.
Okay. What time do they have you coming on there?
I think 8:20.
Yep, because I got segments out there. So let's talk Darlington. I'm going to put the flyer up on the screen, guys, and then Lee, Bill, Greg, John, Chris, jump in, and let's talk Darlington, guys. Okay, not all at once.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Let's talk about we're promoting, Bill. We're promoting your event right now, buddy.
What time you starting and what class do you have there, Bill?
What's that, Greg?
What time you starting and what classes do you have and how much
Starts at 6 o'clock.
6 Saturday night. We're going to start it off with the top 5 of the 13,000 farm class from Thursday or Wednesday night to get the track groomed in. And then we have Pro Stock, Limited Pro, Super Farm, 466, and Pro Stock diesel trucks. I don't know exactly the pull order yet, but those are the classes we're having.
Perfect. Who's are you doing a shootout this year at all in any of the classes?
Yeah, we are. It'll be a 460, the hot farm class, the 466. It's sponsored by Saunders Oil and myself and Lee Ruff.
Hey, Lee, are you trying to hold your phone, buddy?
I am, because I don't have the link on my email.
No, your phone's fine. Just set it down up against something.
You asked the right guy to email.
How's that work?
Better. Yeah. There's the guy that's voted the best hair in Badger State Tractor Pullers, right?
Thanks.
No, we're
I
talking
think that
about Mike.
topic can come up tonight.
Let me go find that picture. Well, dude, last time we had these guys on, I put Bill on in that dress, so I got to get Lee back. It's all good. So it's all good.
You still have that picture, right?
Yeah.
No, don't worry, Lee. It's coming. So
Yeah.
Let's hope.
I'm saving that for the beer money show.
Yeah, we hope to have enough sponsor money where we can do a little extra purse through the whole show that night, but we are guaranteeing a good purse for the shootout.
Okay. That's pretty cool, doing different classes and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I know the guys like it. You know, you pull that class early so they have some time to cool down and come back at the end, right?
Yep. We'll have it at the end of the show that night. Top 5 will come back.
That's a tough class. I wouldn't bet on any of them being in the top 5 because I think any one of them can do it.
Yeah.
So how does that work for the fans, Bill? The top 5 come back. How does that payout work then for the top 5?
It'll be a $3,250 shootout with $1,000 to win, $750 on down. I think 5th place is still like $450 or $500. You'd have to do the math on it, but yeah, awesome. It pays pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool for the pullers. A lot of people don't know what goes on with that and exactly how it goes. So thanks for helping out. There it is.
Yeah.
Lee, you're a good sport, man. You're a good sport. I like it. So.
Lee's part of the Darlington meat market.
Oh, I love it. I love
it. So we will be having DJ Sammy in the infield again behind the stage. Probably be started before the poll's over. So the music will be playing loud and the beer will be cold.
You guys. Bill, can you talk about the farm poll a little bit? I know it's Badger State show, but enough Badger State pullers are in that area. Can you talk about the farm poll? If you can see the screen, I have the poster up there talking about the farm poll Wednesday night.
Sure. We got it. Well, you can see the classes on the poster there. All the farm classes are speed limit classes. There is the 11,000 open class. That's no speed limit and no speed limit on the trucks. And we didn't do the powder puff this year, but we are doing it's not on our poster, but we are doing a kids class. It's going to be 19 years old and under, and it's going to be run what you brung. So if you want to bring a Super Farm or a 4-1, you can, but you got to realize you'll probably be pulling against a 25,000 pound front wheel assist tractor too. So Seymour Grain is going to be the sponsor for the purse. They put up a real nice purse for the kids class, and we're really looking forward to it.
Just do the Fritz brothers know about this?
They're coming. They're coming.
Okay. Because I've been having many conversations with Mr. Fritz about insurance and kids and stuff. So I'm hoping as soon as I saw the tractor safety certificate, I had a feeling that I knew a guy that might know a guy about that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, they'll be there.
There you go.
But we got a lot of good sponsor money again. You're going to have to drive to a lot of polls to find a farm poll that'll pay out as good as this one.
Yeah. Who all sponsors that, Bill? You got a kind of a list of the guys that
We don't have enough time left on your show, Greg.
I've announced Bill's poll before, and it's 3 pages of front and back. And then if you don't read them, Bill will come up and kick you in the nuts. I mean the nuts. So
do you have a major sponsor though, Bill? Do you want to thank somebody that does a lot more,
Pioneer Seed, the 4 local Pioneer dealers around us have done real well. We got Woodford State Bank on board this year as a good sponsor. Like I said, Saunders Oil's been real good. Seymour Grain. I just hate to name them because there's just so many that have been so good for so long. And I don't want to make somebody upset by not naming them. There's so many.
Yep. But it's just
everybody's up their game. I mean, when we first started this, going out and asking for sponsor money 25 years ago, we asked for $50, and now we're, and some were even hesitant to do it at that time. Well, now, we ask for 300, 400, 500, or maybe a couple thousand, and nobody ever bats an eye. They're
look at the crowd you get. And it's all local people. It's a lot of local people. A lot of people travel to get to Darlington too, though. There's guys from Iowa there watching.
Oh yeah, we get some guys from across the river every year.
Yep.
Hey guys, you guys keep going because Bill's fun and Lee's fun. You guys keep going. I got to switch over to Let's Grow Pulling, and then Greg, will you just text me when we're done with Badger State, and I'll jump back in and shut you down, okay?
All right, that'll work. I think we're about done, anyways. Unless you got something else you want to talk about, guys.
Not that I really know of. We're hoping Saunders Oil is going to come back and drag the winners through on Saturday night. I really don't know what else we got for you. I know it should be a good show, and like I said, the music will be loud out back, and the beer will be cold.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping we get some pro stocks here. There's a lot more than just mine that lost pistons on Saturday, so.
Well, get home and get wrenching.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's out. It was out yesterday. Already gone. So.
Do you want me to wrap this up, Greg, or do you want me to come back and wrap it up?
Yeah, we can be done.
I was just going to say quick for the V8 stuff. So next time we do this, Mike Everson is going to come on with me. There's a bunch of guys that we're all, calling it the V8 Mafia. So there'll be there's not very many of us, but in pro stock for V8. So some of us will be coming on here next time. I know Mike's going to come on, and maybe a couple other guys too. Talk about the V8 program.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, thank you for watching. We're here every Monday night. You can find us on iTunes and Spotify. Type in Let's Grow Pulling, and then under the Let's Grow Pulling podcast, you'll find Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Listen to us while you're at work. Listen to us while you're working for Chris Feller, making V8 blocks on a CNC machine. Put your earpods in, and away we go. So have a good night, everybody. Oh, yep. John, go.
One more thing.
John.
Solana Enterprises, Trip Downing, Farm Street Toys, and who's the other one, Greg?
Don Slama.
Yep.
And
Farm Street Toys, Matt
Mike
Castor,
Castor, Ed Casper.
Ed Casper, that's right. So thank you to all our sponsors to help us out. And thanks for watching Down and Dirty.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks
See you guys.